What's going on, everyone? We are headed back to Eternal today to dive into a brand new leader. We've got Maul. Now, for those of you that don't know what this leader is from, or where he's from, I should say, it's the Twin Suns deck. So we're going to dive into a Twin Suns leader for Eternal to see how truly strong he is. I think this is one of the few ones that actually has some interesting options for Premier / Eternal usage. I mean, not that you can play him in Premier. Before we get started, big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. I know that a lot of you have been asking to see some of the Twin Suns leaders in Eternal, and we're going to start off with Maul. So if you guys want to see more, let me know. But what does Maul actually do? So he's got an action. You choose a unit. If it has more different keywords than it has experience tokens to it on it, you give an experience token to it and deal 1 damage. Now, what this means is for our units that just have one keyword on it, it's basically give it +1 power on turn 1. You can give any unit +1 power permanently. That's pretty strong, right? Now, if they happen to have multiple keywords, you can continue to use that ability. Another way that this gets really, really strong is with Grit, because that's +2 power permanently. So if you think about what we've got on turn 1, a couple of units here. Bo-Katan, she's a 1/4. You put an experience token on her with 1 damage, she becomes a 3/4. So it's a 2 resource 3/4. Partisan Infantry becomes a 3/3 with Raid 1. Something like Pirate Snub Fighter becomes a 3/3. Strike Ship becomes a 1/3 with Raid 3 and Overwhelm. And then can become a 2/3 with Raid 3 and Overwhelm. That's the type of thing that we can really take advantage of. Grit, obviously, is the most powerful thing we can be doing. So we are splash basing for something like Hylobon Enforcer, which again can become a 1 resource 3/4. We also have some really, really interesting combinations with Oppo Rancisis, which is the other thing that we're playing the splash base for. This guy can become a really, really amped up unit by getting some experience tokens on him, but also becoming someone with like Raid 2, Restore 2, has Ambush, potentially giving it all the different keywords that we can give it, Grit, etc., etc., etc. Really, really scary. On top of that, we have a bunch of new additions that don't exist anywhere but the Twin Suns deck, like the Bo-Katan, but Gar Saxon. This was a 1/5 hidden Overwhelm Raid 2 Restore 2. So kind of like your old, oh my gosh, what is that unit, that 1/5 Raid 2 Restore 2 that we used to play in Command Heroism? I forget now, but that's the kind of game plan that we can do with that. We can put 4 experience tokens on this guy with Maul. That's super, super strong. We have Prime Minister Almec. This one comes down, give a unit +2/+2, and exhaust each enemy unit in its arena with less power. So we can really have a nice tempo game plan. Backed by the Pikes is really, really good, since this one can give an experience token and then deal damage to something based on the experience tokens that we have on friendly units. Obviously, Maul is going to be putting a bunch down. We also have a nice late game with Darth Vader's and Mauls coming in. Being able to grab, Deathwatch List, Gar Saxon off of Darth Vader is going to be really strong. We do have Darksaber, since we are playing with a lot of Mandalorians. We've got, Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon, Deathwatch, but also just really strong on, Maul himself when he comes down on 7 resources. And Maul is a 5/9. So if we do get to that stage of the game, it will come down with some pretty big splash damage. We also have some interactions. So we've got, like I said, back by the Pikes, Overwhelming Barrage and Craving Power as a way to kind of eke out some big interaction by completely ransacking their board, because we're powering up all of our units with a lot of power with Maul. So we're going to see what we can do. I mean, I'm not 100% convinced that we weren't going to just get completely slammed by like some really, really heavy interaction based decks. But I think all the other ones that we're going to do really well against. Overwhelming Barrage is very strong. And if you have a unit that can just power up immensely, that can get scary really quickly. Like if you just look at Bo-Katan, that becomes a 5-powered unit. Turn 2, we can attack for 5 damage forever. She becomes a 5/4. That's insane, right? So there's some really powerful things you can do with Maul, and we're going to see if we can do them today. All right, we're going to start off with a ramp deck here to fight up against. Wow. How many turn 1 places our deck have? We've mulliganed the first one because I didn't want to use my... I mean, we have quite a few. This is a really unfortunate hand. Unfortunately for us, I suppose. I guess turn 1, do nothing. Turn 2, Death Watch Loyalist. Oh. All right. All right. You know, not much that we could do about that. All right. Back by the Pikes. Not super convinced by that one right now, but we will go ahead and give this guy an experience token with Maul. We'll pass. Darth Vader, Darth Vader. You know, I'll resource one of them. Man, this is not the start that we wanted at all. That is a lot of damage into my opponent, though. That is a lot of damage into my opponent. We can just go ahead and drop in the Oppo Rensisis, which doesn't have anything yet, but we can potentially get some really, really nice value off of this guy here shortly. We can go Cruel Commandos, which would give this guy Sentinel and Overwhelm. We'll go give it experience token, and then we will just hit in for 4. They're going to pass. They do have Palpatine deploy here if they want it. They could take the Oppo Rensisis, which is fine. We can go with Eye of Scion. We'll trigger the ambush. We'll go ahead and get in for a little bit of damage there. I guess I shouldn't have done that because now they can, you know, defeat my Cruel Commandos by defeating the Battle General Grievous, huh? Interesting. Okay. That is very bad for us. You know, this is just one of those things where if we happen to have a unit on turn 1, I think we would have been totally fine. The fact that we did not have a unit on turn 1 led us to this particular situation. Let's go ahead and just try to power up this Eye of Scion as much as we possibly can. Hopefully they don't have like an overwhelming barrage, but I'm just, okay, they got Protect the Pod. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. There's not a whole lot that we can do about it. Missing turn 1, you know, if we had turn 1, that's a 5-powered unit potentially on turn 1. That would have won the game. It just, you know, ugh. All right, I'll keep this. Guess we got a rematch here up against our Palpatine friend. We do have a turn 1 play this game, which I'm liking. Protect the Pod was pretty good for them. General Grievous is a nice little addition for the ramp decks, huh? Really, really fun, cool little addition. Oh, they're gonna ramp us both, huh? You know, I wonder if that's actually gonna be good for them. We'll see. Quarren Contractor can come down here, which, you know, isn't too, I guess it's not too scary. Command, they can go ahead and what? I mean, I'm just going to power up the, oh, of course, this one doesn't have, that was a mistake. I was thinking this was Bo-Katan here, of course. This is what happens when you play around with cards that, you know, no one ever plays before. Another Oppo, we'll just go ahead and resource that one. Interesting. So they can defeat, deal a little bit of damage to some ground units. Okay. I think that makes sense here. I mean, they have a cool deck going on. If I hadn't screwed up that one turn, I think we would have been in a much better position. But I did screw it up, so it is what it is. All right. Let's go ahead and power up this guy. We will go with a little bit of damage there. We'll just play Oppo, and then we'll pass. Overwhelming Barrage, Cruel Commandos. Eye of Scion can be potentially pretty good here. Okay, General Krell. So let's just go ahead and get in with the Raid Oneer. Sith Traditions. Okay, so, you know, I think in this particular situation, we're actually looking pretty good here. I can go a little bit of experience over on Gar Saxon. I can kill off the General Krell and just get in for some damage here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just hit this guy for 5. Hit in. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, they could steal something for sure, but we kill them multiple different ways here. Yeah, that's a good game. I mean, good game. I mean, that was, you know, I mean, we didn't even have a particularly good, like, way to capitalize on the initial ramp from them. but we just kind of destroyed them. And that was kind of the turn one. And I even screwed up the turn 2 action, you know, because I tried to use the action on partisan infantry thinking that this was like Bo-Katan where I had 2 keywords on it, so I can get another experience token to get in 2 more damage. But of course, that's not the case. I should have put it on Gar Saxon, and that would have allowed me to get even more damage in over the course of time. But yeah, I mean, that was just a lot of damage that my opponent had to deal with. That was kind of tough, so good game. Well, this is certainly the deck I did not want to fight. Let's keep. This is a reasonable hand here, though. I don't mind this one. Probably resource the Strike Ship and the Cruel Commandos. Bo-Katan on turn 1 is good. It is very good. It can potentially kill off Tech and DJs on its own. So I do like that. Hidden is also potentially relevant. We'll see what my opponent's going to do here. Double yellow, bounce effects, good against us. So don't want to see that. Faith in your friends, not as scary, not as scary. I mean, it's still very good. Okay, they got cunning though. Ugh, don't want to see cunning ever in my life. Ever. That's okay, though. It's okay. We'll see what my opponent wants to do. Maybe we just hit base. Maybe we hit the spy tokens. My opponent's got cunning, which... yeah, I mean, the game's probably just over with that curve. That is about as good of a curve as you can ask for. Yeah, I am not feeling very confident in the game now. Not feeling very confident in the game now, but... let's see what we could do. Let's go ahead and knock out a unit here. I mean... maybe. I mean, cunning is so good. Eye of Scion can rescue our Bo-Katan later, but that is a good curve. All right, let's just go ahead and drop in a little experience on our Gar Saxon. We'll see if they bounce ++4/+0. If they do that, that's what they're gonna do. Yep, bounce +4/+0. I think I still just play Gar Saxon again. Actually, I was thinking about Quarren Contractor, but I don't see a real reason to do so. Yeah, they could hit in for a good chunk, but this one's gonna be pretty good. Craving Power's not too bad either. Just kill off that unit. Go ahead and give an experience token over to Gar Saxon. We can have a 7-drop here, which would be good for sure. Prime Minister Alma can potentially exhaust like everything next turn, which would be good. Oh, they got Han. I mean, they actually... they're rolling it back. They're like, oh no, Gar Saxon's a freaking 8 power or 8 toughness unit. Wow, they got like nothing here? I mean, what are they gonna do, I guess? L3 Sanctioner Shuttle. Wow. That's disgusting. You know, sometimes your opponent just has it all, I guess. They just have it all. All right. Sometimes the opponent just has it all. Let's just go ahead and go. I have Scion here. Yeah, I mean, my opponent with a double Sanctioner Shuttle plus Faith of Your Friends turn 1 plus Cunning. I mean, it really does not get much better than that. I mean, that is an absurd curve out for them, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to power up the Bo-Katan because I imagine they're going to want to kill Gar Saxon here. I mean, at least if I was my opponent, I'd want to kill Gar Saxon here. Okay, I mean, we have... oh, okay, so Prime Minister Almec is looking juicy here, actually. We do have the ability to exhaust everything on the board right now. I mean, my opponent could just have another Cunning and, you know, nonsense, right? I mean, but that's good right there. What we just did, that's pretty great. So I'll take it, I guess. I mean... are we going to fight back here after my opponent just had the nuts? I mean, Faith in Your Friends Sanctuary Shrill turn 1 into turn 2 is just disgusting. Cunning on turn 3 is just absolutely disgusting. They had the Han Solo flip turn. They had the ability to play a 7-drop or go with what they did, which was L3 from the resource pile into another Sanctioner Shuttle to capture my units so they didn't have to deal with it with Han. I mean, that is about as good as I can imagine a turn could be. And yet, still, we are feeling pretty good here. Let's go ahead and give a experience token over. Let's go ahead and drop in Death Watch. Let's go ahead and deploy Maul. We'll give the Death Watch Loyalists an experience. So what do I do here, actually? How do I go about this turn? I can knock out Han. I can try to play the controlling game, I suppose. It could be risky to do so. You know what? Let's do that, though. Let's knock out Han. Hit base. Darth Vader could be good. Hylobon, probably not. They can bounce Prime Minister Olmec, but I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, of course they have Surprise Strike. I mean, you know, I felt like if we had gone for base, it didn't matter. But yeah, my opponent just had the absolute disgusting nuts hand. That was gross. Disgusting hand. What a disgusting hand. Whew, good game. Alrighty. Next game. This is going to be an interesting one. I like Back by the Pikes. I think that's actually pretty good. I think this hand's pretty good. We're going to get a 3-4 on turn 1. Well, actually, is it good? Because my opponent can just Tarkin Town. It really depends on what they've got on turn 1 themselves. I mean, they're going to be able to draw a card off of it, but I don't really care too much about that. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with the game plan. I will power this guy up. I know this puts me under threat of potentially getting Tarkin Town, but we're still out of range of the Tarkin Town, so I'm kind of okay with it. Oh, please discard a card. That's what they're thinking about doing. Oh, yes. Ideal situation for us. I'll take the backed by the Pikes. Now, what's interesting about this is we won't be able to get another experience token on this guy because of. Oh yeah, we'll just kill Migs. They can Tarkin Town. They can draw a card, but that's going to remove their Tarkin Town. We're going to be on turn 3 with a really, really good situation for us going on. Ooh, Prime Minister Olmec, huh? That's an interesting one. I mean, maybe the game plan here is to instead go with Prime Minister Olmec. Oh, actually, we can't. Daring Raid, huh? I mean, yeah, we'll hit in for 8, I guess. I mean, my opponent's going to have to Tarkin Town it. Yeah. Why didn't they just Tarkin Town it before? All right. We'll drop in our Quarren Contractor. And then my opponent can deploy Kylo if they want. Okay, they're interesting. Okay, they're discarding the Salvage Blaster. There's the Battle Fury. I mean, Contractor, they pumped it for some reason. I they didn't need to do that. Yeah, they said GG. I mean, they could have killed Quarren Contractor. We wouldn't have taken any damage. And we would have had to get reasonably lucky with a card that we drew next turn, right? But I think we still would have been in a really good spot, even if they didn't necessarily pump it. They just, I don't know if accidentally or just randomly kind of gave us some free power on our unit. So good game. All right, this will be an interesting one. I have really no idea what to expect. I mean, I guess like Doom would be a pretty reasonable expectation. Yeah, you know what? Let's resource these guys. I assume my opponent's gonna have a good amount of removal here. Bolstered endurance, huh? Okay, so they're gonna go all in on the Chirrut, I suppose, is their game plan, probably. I just want to go Oppo here, which means Hylobon Enforcer is gonna be the resource. Grief Karga finding a upgrade. I mean, my opponent's just going to go all in on the chariot. I like that. I respect it. Respect it. You know? All right, we'll get in for 3 or 4. There's another grief. Okay. Gonna grab an armor of fortune. Sure. We will go ahead and give the Oppo an experience token because we can. Ooh, good draw. Good draw. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna give our Oppo a million different keywords. Seems good. Maybe they have an answer though. It doesn't look like they do. Night Sister Warrior, huh? This is the way. Bolstered Endurance, Protector. Okay, so my opponent's gonna be Bolstered Endurance, Protector. I mean, it's gonna be tough to cut through them for sure, no doubt. I mean, they're gonna have a lot to cut through, but they're gonna have to figure out a way to prevent us from like just doing a bunch of damage to the chariot immediately. Yeah, so like right here, we're gonna just hit the chariot for 7, and I know they can power this guy up, right? But yeah, like Protector doesn't really do a whole lot. We'll go Overwhelming Barrage. We'll do 5 to this, 2 to this. They got Bolstered Endurance. Let's see. Actually, let's just do 7 to this. So now, if they try to power him up, we can just kill off Chariot. Let's go ahead and give experience over to Gar Saxon. We'll see if they go Bolstered Endurance. I assume they would. But they may not now because they know the Chariot's going to die. So I can attack, or I can just claim. And if my opponent decides to go Bolstered Endurance. Wow, okay. I mean, that works, kind of. But I'm just going to go Craving Power on the Chariot now. Well, actually, hold on. I forgot that this is going to scale between rounds. Wow, I didn't think about the Midnight Repairs. That's sick, actually. That's really cool. Midnight Repairs is interesting. I definitely took that for granted. I was like, oh, I could just claim and then deal with it later, huh? Not really, though. Not really. I think I might have lost this game because of my inability to expect the Midnight Repairs. I mean, that's going to be a lot of upgrades, right? I think my opponent's got it. I mean, we could draw something that could get us out of this for sure, but I'm not feeling like we are going to. Yeah, I mean, this is really sick, actually. Really cool stuff. Making me want to play a Chariot deck. I should have just hit the Chariot. If I just hit the Chariot, it would have been fine. But I did not hit the Chariot. That's what's causing me some problems here. Top target. I mean, can we even win after the fact is the question. Scour the archives for an upgrade. Moral authority, huh? I think moral authority. But I think that's okay. Top target. Go back by the huts. Hit the Chariot for 3. I messed this. I should have totally hit the Chariot. I mean, they're all in on the Chariot, which I think is respectable, and I think it's incredible what they're able to do. But I mean, moral authority. Sure, you can undo it. That's fine. I'm here to see the cool deck nonsense. That's the purpose of being here. So, what are you gonna do? Okay, they're going to moral authority still. Let's go ahead and hit the Chirrut. Power up the Bo-Katan. I mean, oh wait, top target is healing a unit. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to play the game, guys. Don't even know how to play the game. Good game. I always just assume top targets heal base, but they're right. Heal unit. I mean, it's not like I could have played that any differently. Like, you know, the mistake I made was earlier in the game. Midnight Repairs was the game plan. This was really cool. Love the game plan. I mean, I've been playing decks like these all the time, but I think Eternal has a way better spot for it. Since you can play all the different upgrades that are in the game, and very key is Chirrut can just absorb all the damage. Now, what's funny about this is like Power of the Dark Side. This thing can't do anything. So it would be a fun little gimme for decks against like mine, which are purely damage based, right? But one Power of the Dark Side, a Super Laser Blast, Rivals Fall, all those things, all deal with it. You know, it's kind of unfortunate. That's the tricky part in Eternal, but really cool stuff. And I totally misplayed in the early game. I should have just hit Chirrut. I did not think about Midnight Repairs. I just did not think about Midnight Repairs. Not at all. Okay, into the next game. And you know what? We got ourselves a pretty decent hand here. I'm kind of okay with this. Bo-Katan turn 1, Oppo on turn 2. They're going to see 3PO. That's not exactly a scary play for me. Bo-Katan can actually... You're my only hope. Okay, maybe they're doing something crazy. Maybe they're doing something a little crazy. We'll see. Fleet Lieutenant, huh? Okay, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Let's just go ahead and kill off Fleet Lieutenant, I guess. I mean, we can race them to all ends of the earth here, no doubt about it. Okay, double OB. You know, we got Shuttle. I think I want to get Oppo down, but we have Shuttle. So even if we resource this Corn Contractor, I think I'm okay with that. Interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and just kill off C-3PO. And then I'm going to give... Wow, they have a lot of cheap units, huh? Let's go Shielded. And then let's move the shield token over to go... Oh, I should have done the 1 damage thing. That's okay. We'll do it like this. That is a lot of Overwhelming Barrages. I think we can resource 1 at this point. I meant to do 1 more damage to Garsax and then put the shield token on him, but this is fine. This is fine. Okay, they're going to get in some damage. This makes sense. Let's go ahead and, I guess, kill off Akbar here. Kill off Akbar. We can go ahead and give another experience token down for a cause, huh? Very intriguing. This is definitely an intriguing game. This is like an old classic Leia Red. We can go Overwhelming Barrage. We'll just do 5 damage to Leia. We have a second Overwhelming Barrage, which means it can kind of wipe the board next turn. Claim. Oh boy. I could go Prime Minister Almec, but I don't even think I need to right now. I think I just go Overwhelming Barrage and we go 1, 3, 1. General Riken, huh? We can just kill that. Deck's pretty good. Deck's pretty good. Yeah. Got Vader next turn if we want it. Prime Minister Almec can be pretty interesting. I mean, we haven't really done anything but just kill off all their units, but I mean, I don't really see a way we lose by doing so. Let's just go ahead and drop in Oppo Rancisis. It's going to become a shielded unit. We can go Strike Ship. I've just got Rikens up the wazoo here. Let's go ahead and give an experience token to Oppo. Let's deploy, give another experience. And then this one has Overwhelm, Raid 3, and Shielded, so we can hit this, deal another damage, pass. Craving Power, Prime Minister Olmec, Timely. Got some options here, got some options. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. Okay, they're gonna do their thing. Let's just go Craving Power on Maul, knock out General Riken. Wing reinforcements. So how much damage do I have? This is Raid 2, so it's 8, 12, 19, 23? Not bad. Not bad. We can just one-shot him here? Very interesting. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go attack. We'll give experience over here. And we'll attack in. We'll attack in, and we'll attack in. Very nice. Very nice. All right, actually, this is a rematch. So I just played against this guy, but there was some Carabas maintenance just about 30 minutes ago, so I took a break and I came back and my camera was not on. So he did pretty demolish us. It was a very, very aggressive curve. This seems like a good hand though, and I'm hoping that it will get us there. Pirate Snubfighter seems like it's gonna be good in this matchup. I'm hoping, since they are Sabine Yellow, they're gonna be more space focused. Yeah, Pirate Snubfighter gonna be good here. Go ahead and give this an experience token. Oppo, Prime Minister Olmec. I don't mind those. Don't mind those. Darksaber. You know, I don't like Fleet Lieutenant, huh? All right. I mean, we're going to go with Oppo, which will be ambushed out. So, I mean, I don't mind this spot. I don't mind this spot at all. Prime Minister Olmec could do some work. And I mean, we have 2 leftover units. They have nothing. This is much better than the game 1 where they kind of curved out on us, so I'll take it. We'll hit it with Pirate Snubfighter. Sneak attack Karis. Interesting. I like it. Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, really cool. I mean, my opponent's going to get a lot of damage in here still. We can kill off Sabine here with the Oppo if we want. We can do Prime Minister Olmec to exhaust everything. Actually, no, we can't because it's 6 resources, huh? Heroic Sacrifice, huh? Gar-Saxon Part 2. You know, I think what we'll do is we'll just hit the spy token with Oppo because it's got Restorer. And I want to keep the Restorer alive. So we're going to change our game plan here a little bit. Go ahead and give another experience token over Gar-Saxon, which is another Restorer, by the way. Bamboozle, huh? Okay. Let's get in for 3 here. Let's go Craving Power on this to kill Sabine. And then we'll pass. Once again, we still have the Restorer in Gar-Saxon here, so that's going to be pretty good. I mean, kind of just killing them. For a cause? Yep. It's going to be able to do its thing. Let's go ahead and get another couple points of damage here. They say GG. And looks like we won. So we actually had a pretty decidingly strong victory here in game 2. But like I said, my opponent got game 1. My camera was not working, so I apologize for that game. They had a really nice curve out where they went like turn 1 space unit into turn 2 Han Solo plus another space unit. So they got in tons of damage plus Millennium Falcon on the Sabine deploy, and we had like ground unit into ground unit, so not exactly what we wanted. So as soon as I saw the Pirate Snubfighter against Sabine Yellow, I was like, I guess I'll keep. I tried to mulligan into some space units in that first game, but yeah, not to our great benefits, I should say. So good game, well played. Alrighty, well, we had some pretty juicy games there. I had a couple games against the Han Yellow, or 1 game against the Han Yellow. A couple games that's the double green POW, some Leia mixed in there as well. You know, the deck is pretty strong, you know, especially against, I think, double green Palpatine is like the perfect matchup for us, where my opponent kind of just doing their thing, trying to ramp, get to the late game, and we just put so much pressure on them. Even if Maul deploys on 7 resources, I mean, Like I said, with Bo-Katan attacking in for 5 damage on turn 2 to follow up with like Oppo, who's a 3 resource, 5 powered unit with Raid on him at all, that gets really oppressive really quickly. I will say there are some incredible cards from the Twin Suns package. Now, some of them are just good because they're in our deck. Some of them are just good, because we are sitting and pairing them with Maul. And some of them are just incredible, I think, at large. And one of those cards is Prime Minister Almec. We almost clutched out a couple of wins there because of Prime Minister Almec just absolutely, completely shifting the game back in our favor, giving a pump effect, getting the ability to exhaust your entire opponent's team. You get a body alongside it. It is just really, really good. Gar Saxon is really, really incredible as well. Overwhelm, Raid 2, Restore 2. What's not really to like about that? There are some really, really cool things going on in Twin Suns, and I'm excited to try out more with the rest of the Eternal format. Let me know if you guys enjoyed by leaving a comment down below. If there's any other good Twin Suns leader that you want to let me know, give a shot in Eternal. Well, again, leave a comment down below, and I will see if I can bring out some tools to make it work. I'll see you all for the next one.